Hey, welcome back to Talk with the Pastor. And this month, in the month of October, we're looking through the book of Revelation. You know, we're not doing a thorough study through the book of Revelation. What we're doing is taking a couple scriptures, and you can go through Revelation yourself and read through it. Revelation, like the other 65 books, are unbelievable books to read. It increases our faith. It allows us to grow. And today we're looking at Revelation chapter 2. And when John speaks to us, and Jesus speaks to us through John, he says in Revelation 2, verse number 4, he's talking about a church, and the church represents each one of us here. But I have this against you. You have abandoned the love you had at first. Remember then how far you have fallen, repent, and do the works you did at first. Now, isn't that interesting right here? Great storyline. Is John comes and he tells us that Jesus is looking at us and saying that, hey man, remember when you first got born again? I don't know. I remember when I first got born again, man, I was at church all the time. I was reading all the time. I was worshiping all the time. Man, I was so crazy, man. I would go on the subway station in Washington, D.C. and wait till somebody enter the subway and share the gospel. I mean, always share the gospel, man. Always trying to share the love of God with hurting humanity. Right here, John is telling us in the book of Revelation. Now, isn't it interesting? In the book of Revelation, this prophetic book, this book of the future, is not only a book of the future, it's a book to remind us what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. You know, maybe we need to repent today because we lost our first love. You know, what first love can be, used to worship all the time, and now when church service come, you don't come in until after worship service. Yeah, you lost your first love. You need to repent. Or you used to go to Sunday school or Bible study or go to Wednesday evening service, and well, I haven't been in Wednesday evening service for about 10 years now. Well, you repent and you just return to your first love. I don't think there's nothing deep and spooky about that. I just think it's a reality that somewhere in life just happens and we lose our first love for something. And so today, our observation is simply this, is that John wanted us to know how easy it is to lose our first love. Our application is that to, number one, repent. And then number two, go back to your first love. I mean, go back to listening to praise and worship music again. Yeah. And go back to reading again. Or go back to serving again. You remember when you used to be so enatic, just so fired up about, I can't wait to get to youth ministry. I can't wait to get to children's church, serving children and serving youth. And now it's like, if I get there, I get there. Well, yeah, you lost your first love. And nothing deep. It's just we repent and we go back and do our first love again. And our prayer is simply this. Father, I pray that we, all of us, we assess if we lost our first love, if we lost that passion for what we do, the passion to worship, the passion to praise, the passion to serve, the passion to give, whatever that passion is, that we repent, we say, Lord, forgive us and help us to do our first love again. Remember, this book, Revelation, is so blessed because it's not only teaching us about the future, it's teaching us how to live as we walk into the future. I look forward to being with you next week on Talk with the Pastor. And remember, just repent and do your first work over again. All right? Look forward to seeing you.